Hello everyone and welcome back to the Angel Wings Holistics channel. Welcome to my friends who've come over from the Cosmic Dragon Tarot channel as well. We are doing another energy update. It's exciting. I'm using these amazing new cards from my good friend Jules Rain. You'll find the link in the description if you would like to get your own pack. Now, I was told by my guides that we're going to go a little bit deep in this reading. I will put a timestamp in if you want to skip the introduction and get straight into the reading, because I don't want to keep anyone waiting, because that's boring. Or it can be if that's not what you're here for. So I'm also using the Wise Cat Tarot today, which is this deck which I adore, which I haven't used for a little while, and I got the nudge to get that one out as well. So I know Jules loves cats, so I think these two decks are going to mesh beautifully together. There's some big spiritual stuff going on at the moment. We've just had the 12/12 portal. Today is 13th, Friday the 13th of December 2024 as I'm filming this. And I really feel the need to go deep into the energy. I feel like, for me personally, I've not been going deep into the energy as much recently. I haven't been meditating as much recently. I've been very busy with 3D pursuits, shall we say. And I'm feeling the nudge, feeling the need to go deep for you guys today. We went a bit deep yesterday in the Advent calendar reading on the 12/12 portal on the Cosmic Dragon Tarot channel, and I got the nudge to go again. So we're going diving, energetically speaking, spiritually speaking. There are some powerful messages that want to come through from my guides, your guides, from the universe, from God, Goddess. And I think it's going to get interesting. So let's dive on in. Let's take a look at the energy for us all. Why is that card upside down? Oh, it's summer. That's the one I used before. Okay. Right, let's put that back and let's do a reading, everyone. Is that my cat opening the door? It might be. The moon. Now, this is a Toracle deck, so it's a cross between an Oracle and a Tarot deck. It does have all of the regular Major Arcana cards in it, among lots of other things. 49, Acceptance. I'm losing my voice, I apologise. 28, Nirvana's Divinity. Oh, wow. 26, Air of Truth. 45, Divine Dance, and on the bottom we have Sunshine. Oh, that's lovely. Isn't she gorgeous? I love Sunshine. I like her a lot. She's a multifaceted being, Sunshine. I want to start with her, actually. Let's start with Sunshine. Little Miss Sunshine. Is that you? Are you busy being the sunshine for everybody else, bringing everybody else calm, truth, acceptance, divinity, joy, dancing a dance to entertain other people? Is that you? If it is, it might be a moment to take a look at your inner sun and see who you are and who you consider yourself to be. Do you find your value by serving other people excessively? Okay. And I'm calling myself out there as well. So some of us do, for sure. Loving the energy of this one. But what is this? Is that a tear that's turned to ice? How can that happen under the sunlight? It's almost like the two aspects. We've got the gorgeous warm sunlight here, and then this kind of frozen tear over here, which is so cold. And the different coloured eyes as well. Sorry. It's really annoying. Ever since I had this stupid lurgy cold thing, I had a bit of a cough, and I couldn't record for ages because I just couldn't stop clearing my voice. It's doing my head in. And coughing and whatnot. And even now, I'm still having trouble. Every time I try to speak and do a reading, I'm having trouble getting my words out. And obviously there's something I need to clear energetically there, isn't there? There's clearly something that I need to be doing differently. So I'm going to be looking into that. So there's something to clear for my throat chakra. So I'm going to bring my turquoise onto the table. Hopefully this will help. Let's bring these crystals in. Let's bring in my aqua aura. Love that one. Let's see if it helps Helen's throat. Okay. All right. Air of Truth as well. This is a very throat chakra energy. Look at her. She is turquoise. Air of Truth, bringing the energy of air, which is about communication. I want to say this is Libra because we've also got Venus up here. Okay. ancient languages coming through with this one as well. Ancient language, light language. I recently started speaking light language this year, which is kind of hilarious. I say it's hilarious because it was so unexpected. It just started coming out of me one time when I was talking to Chrissy Sawyer one day, which was amazing. And of course, her being her, she encouraged me and held the space for me to do it, and it was amazing. Oh, look, été. That's the French word for summer. I don't know if that was intentional, Jules, but you've put the French word for summer on here, which is really interesting to me because we've got sunshine over here. ETE would be the French word for summer. Wow. Isn't that fun? Okay. This is deep. You see, there are deeper truths that need to come out here, and with the moon, that represents that which is hidden as well. Brings in the energy of the intuition of the divine feminine as well. To me, this whole spread kind of screams accepting the divinity of the divine feminine, accepting the truth of the divine feminine, bringing that truth into reality, into life, in the macro level, on the micro level as well, on the personal level, bringing the divine feminine into play. We're going to see it on the world stage, we're going to see it locally, we're going to see it nationally, we're going to see it in our personal life as well. I feel like the divine feminine has been silenced and her words beaten down for too long. And the problem is, even when the feminine tried to speak up, or when women tried to take more of a role in society, to take back some power, maybe to participate in business, in politics, in these very, very male pursuits, the energy is very male of these pursuits, the women involved had to take on a very masculine energy, and for a lot of us that didn't work. A lot of the time it really didn't work, and you come across as a bitch, because you're acting in the divine masculine, but the divine feminine needs to come through now in a very truthful, true way. And this is what we're starting to see, and this is what we're going to see, divine truths coming through, but coming through in different ways. We don't need to do what men do, and I don't mean necessarily just men and women. The divine feminine does not act as the divine masculine, because she will not be in her power there. She'll be incredibly weak, very much disadvantaged. The divine feminine is different. She is intuitive. She speaks to our hearts. She speaks through our intuition. She doesn't need to come and shout in your face or put up a poster and make you read it. She doesn't need to knock on your door and say, "Oh, will you vote for me?" That's not necessary. She doesn't have to do that. She is, and you feel her. And this is the change that's coming. This is I get the words a catastrophic change. In some ways it may look catastrophic, but it is necessary for us all to tap back into our intuition at this time, with Nirvana's divinity here as well. I want to say, for the earth to become Nirvana again, because we've got the word terror on here, for the earth to become heaven on earth, it is so necessary. Apologies if you hear my washing machine spinning. It is so necessary for us to open up our minds, open up our intuition, our hearts once again, to remember how to do that, to remember how to communicate telepathically, to hear other people's thoughts, to feel other people's emotions, to be spiritually, emotionally, intuitively open to each other, not closed off and only using the physical senses, the logical ego mind. Okay, ego mind has very little logic other than that which we teach it, and if that which we teach it is flawed, then that is the only logic it knows, and our logic is flawed. At the risk of sounding like a Vulcan, your logic is flawed. Okay. So there is this need here, and it's connected to the beings of the air, because I've got birds here, I've got a bee, I've got a butterfly. It's about the beings of the air, and it's winter here, so we don't really see bees and butterflies at this time of year, but you might randomly see some in the coming days, weeks. Or they may show up as messengers for you over time, over the next 2 years. It feels like a 2-year cycle that we're entering here for the Divine Feminine to take a more prominent role in our lives and on Earth, which is absolutely necessary right now. And I just saw 10:01 on the clock, so that's some very interesting numerology, bringing in new beginnings. But it feels like individuals, people on a very individual level, rediscovering, and it is rediscovering because it's always been there. We've always known on some level, maybe we forgot in this lifetime, rediscovering our divinity, but rediscovering our intuition, rediscovering our psychic ability. It's not something that only a few people have. It's something that we all have, and particularly in this era, in this age, it is time for us to rediscover it again, all of us, and find ways to incorporate that into our daily life. And I'm already starting to see it. It's fascinating to me that I'm already starting to see it. People bringing out products, starting businesses where this is the case, where, for example, there's a brand called Psychic Sisters where you can buy like these bottles of perfume. Like I think I showed, this one's hot hair, but Psychic Sisters is another one, where they sell like candles infused with crystals and essential oils and Reiki, and I keep saying ones because I just saw 11:01 as I said that. And this is like a perfume oil that's infused with rose quartz because it's for love and it's to attract the energy of love to you, and it's gorgeous. And I'm going to put some on now because I feel drawn to do that. Oh, it smells divine. That's beautiful. But it's to attract love, and it's just a gorgeous perfume, and it's being very intentional and very wise with what we're doing rather than just spraying ourselves with chemicals. Being very intentional about what we put on our body, what we merge with our essence, what we meld with our energy. And this is what we're seeing, this deep intuitive wisdom and knowledge starting to come through the collective, starting to rush through the collective like a wildfire. Like a wildfire. Sun and moon are both here. Divine masculine and divine feminine are both working together here. Both working together. This isn't a case of, boo-hoo, men are bad. Okay? Of course some men are bad. Some women are bad. No, it's not about that. It's about finding the balance once again between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And this is what we are going to start seeing. This is the purpose of the energy update that we're looking at today. Which is fascinating because I had no idea that was the direction we were going to go in. But it's beautiful, and it does birth a new era for us. And I think in some ways it's going to lessen people's appetites for war, for conflict. Whereas previously people may have been more easily confused, intimidated, and convinced that war, conflict, aggression, using force was the right thing to do. More and more that is going to fall by the wayside as people remember the truth of their divine essence, their divine being, which is peace, which is acceptance of the other, acceptance that other people's lives and realities look different to ours. And that's a big piece of the puzzle that's missing at the moment, just in 13:13 on the clock. So definitely big change coming, big change coming. It's a powerful time for balancing, but also for redirection. Redirection of resources, redirection of power, redirection of energy. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we stop the energy dead in its tracks. We just get it to do something else. For example, if you had an army that was armed to the teeth, highly trained, you don't just suddenly say, no, don't advance in that direction. We don't want you to do anything at all. Because that's a waste of potential energy. It's a case of redeploying that energy in a positive way. It's like, well, actually, you guys are all kitted up and ready to do something. So how about you come over here and help these people build a road or, run a soup kitchen, It feels like a redeployment. I mean, this could happen literally. This could be something we see literally, where armies, instead of being sent to attack other people, because that is all armies do, they don't defend, what they do is attack. Finding that there is no place for that anymore. That people have no desire for this anymore, that they want to send the people who are so willing and wishing to do the right thing, shall we say, to actually help support Show genuine kindness to other people. There's a lot coming through now. It's interesting because we're sort of in a waiting period right now. This month itself is very, very transformative, but in many ways it feels like a waiting period because it has felt like we haven't been able to move forwards. And there's various reasons for that. Mercury retrograde, Mars retrograde, sorting everything retrograde at the moment. I mean, I think we've got 4 planets retrograde, which is insane to me. Just saw 15:15 on the clock there, so devil energy coming in. And the devil here is in the detail, but the devil is also in the waiting, in the impatience of the ego mind. Because we might know what we want on a very personal level in our lives right now. We might know what we want, and we might want to rush forwards and try and grab it. But that isn't going to work at the moment. We must wait for the right time. And intuitively, we will know what that is if we can find that patience and peace and calm within ourselves. So I've actually been shuffling the cat tarot. This is the wise cat tarot as I've been speaking, getting them very much imbued with today's energy, with my voice. So they're very keen to talk. As you can see, cards trying to come out left, right and centre there. They're very, very chatty right now. So we're going to pull some of these cards and see what other messages there are for us, for my beloved collective. So, Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands. Got pages coming out. Oh, beginners. 5 of Coins, left out in the cold. Death, that's interesting because we had 13 earlier, so the death energy was definitely there. 6 of Wands, victory after a long battle. And the devil, and I just saw 15:15, which is devil energy. So interesting, these themes were kind of already here. And on the bottom we have the tower. And when I saw that, I kind of wanted to go, yes! Like, yes! Yes, the tower's going to fall, finally. It's like the evil tower's going to fall. I mean, I think that people aren't really evil generally. I mean, some people are. some people literally come to this reality, to this earth plane to be psychopaths, to be sociopaths, to be, people who have terrible mental illnesses or afflictions, and to inflict terrible pain and suffering on others. And yes, their actions are genuinely evil. And as human beings, you could call them evil. It doesn't mean they are on a soul level, because nobody is on a soul level. But in the reality, yes, that is the correct word. And we are allowed to say that because we are allowed to observe. We are allowed to see what is true. We don't have to deny it. There's no place for living in denial anymore. There really isn't. Okay, Page of Coins, Page of Wands. That's so cute. There's some real beginner's energy coming through here, students. And the Page of Coins is interesting because it's a small offer. The Page of Wands brings some fire to the table as well. But again, it's the student, it's the beginner, it's the passionate beginning. There is a desire to do something differently. There is a desire to put a new offer on the table, even where there has been conflict and separation in the past. We could see this play out in many ways. We could see it play out in our personal lives. We could see this play out on a national, international level, on a local level. We may be seeing different factions who normally would have been fighting or looking to fight, actually asking to come together, but not really knowing how to do it, because this is going to be very new. This is very, very new. Big change coming with the Death card here. But change leading to victory, but victory after an exhaustingly long battle, after too much fighting, too much bloodshed, too much war. So there are parties on Earth right now who are literally, and I don't mean political parties, don't go there. I'm an anarchist, you guys know this, I don't go with any political party. There is a real desire by certain groups of people, by certain parties, individuals, groups, getting bigger and bigger to actually cease the fighting, to cease the bloodshed, to cease leaving others out in the cold, to stop the separation that we see, that we are so tempted to continue with, that we are so tempted to just keep doing. With the Tower here, something has to give. Something big is about to happen. There could be some sort of catalyzing event. Oh Lord, as I say that, I hope it isn't going to be a psyop. I mean, it could be. The thing is, even a psyop can bring people together if you have a shared experience. you know, that is very powerful. Even that can help bring people together, even if it was produced artificially. That can, to some respect, be helpful. I'm going to put the Tower here. I'm going to bring in some more cards because I feel like I need one more. There it is, Three of Swords, the heartbreak. Too much pain, too much suffering. Humanity is done. Humanity has had enough. We don't want to send people to die anymore. We don't want to send people to conflict. We don't want to hear about people's children being blown up. We're done. We're done with it. We've had enough. We want new beginnings. And we must learn to trust ourselves to do that. Otherwise, we will be stuck perpetually in these patterns brought to us by corrupt politicians, by corrupt holders of power, shall we say, who are actually illegitimate, in my opinion. But it is deep heartbreak and pain in many ways in the collective, in the world collective, I want to say, which is bringing these changes about, because it has to happen now. And I think we could see it on a very local level, or actually on a personal level, within the relationships within our life with family members or with loved ones, or even with a romantic relationship. I feel we could see these changes coming about. Six of Swords, yes, moving to a new horizon, moving to something new, leaving difficulty and pain and suffering behind now, looking to the future with hope and positivity, knowing that there is something better if we can only allow ourselves to be led by the heart. And to me, this shows a desire for people to work together. So if you had like warring ex-spouses or something, they may be able to find a truce. Yeah. But for a truce for the good of all, to find that peace and just get and rest. You know, warring factions want to come to rest now. 10 of Coins. They want to know prosperity, but prosperity for all, truth, prosperity, prosperity of the soul, abundance of love, not just money, you know, abundance of love, joy, peace. All of these things that are so needed right now, so needed. Ace of Swords, clarity. Yeah. I feel like something's going to happen very soon. Maybe something quite big on the world stage, which is going to give people a lot of clarity, help them to understand a lot of lessons on a deeper level, and allow them to actually let that voice of intuition to start coming through, to start being led by intuition. I just saw 22:44 on the clock. There's so much interesting numerology. Every time I look up at my phone, I see a number and I'm like, oh, more numbers. It's fascinating. So there is change coming. There's change in many different aspects of our life. And there is a desire to learn. There is a desire to reach out to the other. There is a desire to build together, but to build from intuition, from heart. And I don't know what that's going to look like, because it's going to be something completely new. Completely new. So we need to be prepared for that, because we are moving into Aquarian energy right now, moving into the age of Aquarius. So it's going to be new and innovative. This will not be a backwards move at all. It cannot be. Backwards moves would have to then step forwards in a new way. They would only ever be temporary. Any backwards moves, like moving backwards to more traditional ways of doing things, will have to come with a modern bent. Will have to come with a modern influence, with a twist, with some changes, because we cannot go back now. Energetically, we literally can't go backwards. We have to go forwards, and our intuition will be leading us, screaming at us, pushing us forwards right now. It's a very, very interesting time on Earth, and I think, what are we going to see in our personal lives? Let's ask that question. So in our personal lives, how is this going to play out? King of Cups, Eight of Cups. Yeah. Embodying all of our emotions, and the Star. Yeah, embodying all of our emotions, being very emotionally mature, moving on from that which no longer serves us, moving on from relationships, from jobs, from family members, from romantic relationships that no longer serve, moving towards the light, moving towards our authentic self, to that Aquarian energy that comes in with the Star here. being led by that which inspires us. And there is this emotional maturity that comes in with the King of Cups as well. So, but look, he's above the clouds. He's incredibly happy here. Very happy. There is a deep joy, deep happiness and fulfillment that comes from following our intuition as well. So for some people, it is literally moving forwards into a new romantic relationship. It can absolutely play out in that way in your life. It could be a job, friendships. But following our intuition, following our North Star. North Star is going to be a theme that comes through quite strongly, quite frequently. I actually heard the theme of the North Star in one of Infinity's videos recently on Magnetize Yourself, another YouTube channel which I really like. But prior to that, like a couple of weeks prior, I'd actually had a dream about North Star imagery leading somebody forward. So that was an interesting synchronicity as well. Do check out her channel. She's fantastic. So the North Star will be leading us. Perhaps go and gaze at Polaris one night. Go and gaze at the Northern Lights if you can. I don't get to see them. Even if we could see them down here, it'd be too sodding cloudy the whole time. And Lord knows they love blanketing that cloud up there. They love spraying in the air here and making us brown perma cloud, which is definitely not natural. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's finish off. What shall we finish off with, guys? Let me think. Let's go to the Fortune Oracle. Let's get this one out again. This was already out for today's Advent calendar on Cosmic Dragon. So let's just get a couple of these to finish off the reading today. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Plane 26:8. A journey is indicated either physically or metaphorically. Your life will become more full. Yes, this is exactly what I've been saying. 13 goals. Yes, and that's the 13, the number of the death card, the change as well. Progress is positive and personal goals will be achieved. Yes, they will. I need you to know and I need you to believe that. And one more. Marriage. Okay, you are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. Beautiful. Okay, I think we're going to end there. I hope this was helpful. I hope this resonated for some of you out there. Please do share with me in the comments. Please remember to subscribe to this new channel. If you haven't already, subscribe to my second channel, Cosmic Dragon Tarot, which I will be reserving as of 1st of January next year, only for pick a card readings and for timeless tarot readings. All of the energy updates, the timed readings, for example, will be coming back over here to Angel Wings Holistics. Hey, I may even start up my podcast again, you never know. If there's enough demand for it and I have the time and energy, that absolutely could happen. That was the Spiritual Support Crew, if you didn't catch it first time around. Yeah. You guys know where to find me if you want a personal reading. Links all in the description below. You can also buy my book if you would like to support me, or if you want to buy it as a gift for somebody, it's available on Amazon. I will see you very soon. You take very, very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.